disposal. Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
All right, good evening to you. So we're watching some rain and snow and sleet and all that fun stuff that we haven't had to deal with in a while. That is approaching you and me tonight. It's cold out there. Now, look, this is not going to be a storm that, you got to run out to the store and get Wheaties, okay? It's just some very minor rain and wet snow, some sleet, maybe a little freezing rain that will be developing. But it'll be just enough. And some of the untreated surfaces, mainly in the higher elevations, will become a little slick and slickery tonight. So there's a look downtown. Not much going on right now. It's 33 degrees, so we're right on the cusp of 32. I think we're going to get below that before the rain and wet snow and sleet move in. Winds are northeast. That is also a key because it's kind of draining in colder air. But it's going to get a little windy later tonight because winds are actually going to shift more southeasterly. We have winter weather advisories that are in effect. This is mainly speaking to the fact that we could see a light glaze of ice, and up to 1/10 of an inch. So the higher elevations, untreated surfaces, bridges and overpasses, again, most susceptible to getting a light icing tonight. And there could be a coating of snow. So yeah, winter weather advisory. Haven't had to deal with this in a little while. So here's what to expect. Mixed rain and snow, sleet and freezing rain will be developing through the evening. I mentioned the bridges and the overpasses and untreated surfaces becoming a little slippery. And then I think what happens tomorrow morning is any leftover wintry mix changes to mainly rain and then actually quits. We may actually clear out into the afternoon. So here are the numbers now. Again, that northeast wind keeping temperatures in the low 30s, so this is critical. As the precipitation moves in, we're going to see that kind of bump into these numbers in the low 30s, so that's why we're concerned about some sleet and freezing rain developing here this evening. There it is off to the west. Not much going on here locally, but look, Seneca Falls, Moravia, Northern Finger Lakes, a burst of snow. Then we get into the colors here, the purples and pinks, that's your sleet and freezing rain. And this is a process of overrunning in the atmosphere. So the warmer air being lighter, going up and over this warm front and running into the colder air. So you can see a whole mess of weather breaking out here as we go into the evening hours. All right, so futurecast, there's that little arm coming through. A burst of snow, sleet, freezing rain. Anywhere you see these pinks, that's your icing. So secondary side streets, elevated surfaces, bridges and overpass become a little slick. Then it goes over to rain early tomorrow morning and then tapers. We may actually see some breaks of sunshine developing for the afternoon. It will turn very breezy, mild tomorrow. I do think we're going to get into the low 50s, some spotty rain and wet snow showers by Friday. In terms of accumulation, it's a coating to an inch, higher elevations, north and east, and then up into the Adirondacks. This is snow, mainly on grassy surfaces. So messy, wintry mix of rain, freezing rain, wet snow, and sleet. Slushy inch, temperature right around 30. Tomorrow, any leftover early wintry mix tapers, breezy, and then some late afternoon clearing as we get to 51. And just a quick snapshot down the road. Look at the warmth getting ready to build again as we go into next week. Could be approaching 60. I think that's going to be pretty common as we go through the winter. Lots of ups and downs. So a little messy tomorrow morning. Spotty rain or wet snow shower Friday into Saturday morning, primarily north. And then it's cruise control weather into next week.
All right, Craig, so definitely want to take it slow on the roads tomorrow morning. And you made a good point to remember that bridges, overpasses, those freeze first. So use extra caution there.
You got it.
All right, Craig, thank you. When we come back, we've heard the response.
Your eyewitness weather forecast.
All right, let's dive into the forecast here. We're dealing with a little bit of wintry weather moving through now as expected. Here at the TV station, we've got sleet and freezing rain falling outside right now. Most of the area has been dealing with kind of this sleety, wintry mix. But you can see as we look downtown, the main roadways, there's a sheen there. Not Martin or Charlie, but a little damp. And I think mainly wet roadways, especially, like the arterial and I-90. Those are going to be okay. It's the secondary side streets that don't get as much love as the arterial I-90. They're not treated. There could be a little slick, especially bridges and overpasses. Temperatures they've been kind of hanging in like the low 30s. We did briefly drop into the upper 20s at one point this evening. Now we're actually up by 3-4 degrees compared to where we were earlier. So that's kind of an indicator of what's going to happen as we go through the overnight, because the winds shift more southeasterly, and that should at least bring in some milder air, not only upstairs, but also down here at the surface. So got that rain and snow out there now, some sleet and freezing rain. Again, watch some of the secondary side streets, parking lots, bridges and overpasses a little slick. And any early wintry mix early in the morning should quickly change to a rain shower. I think by then temperatures are in the upper 30s, and we may actually clear the sky out a little bit in the afternoon. Winter weather advisories continue. Could be a light glaze of ice, mainly in the higher elevations, and maybe a light coating of snow way up in the Adirondacks. Here's a look right now at Doppler radar. This darker blue that you see here, that's where we're seeing some light but steady snow, maybe some sleet pellets mixed in. This pink is the sleet and freezing rain that we're seeing. So, you know, Stratford, Salisbury, along 28, Newport, down to Little Falls, some wet flakes falling. We go south and west. This is sleet and freezing rain, Brookfield, Route 20 to Richfield Springs. And then that pink area out towards Kaz is actually freezing rain, which is bad. So there could be kind of a smorgasbord of everything as warmer air is coming in aloft over your head. So as that process happens, that overrunning process, with the colder air trapped down here at the surface, it starts as rain, but as it falls into that layer of cold air, it freezes, and in some cases freezes on contact, which is when we get the freezing rain. So you've got snow, sleet, freezing rain, then the cold front to the west with thunderstorms tonight in Detroit, Rock City. Getting a little rock and roll tonight. All right, so there's Futurecast. Watch as we go through the overnight, wintry, sleety mix, and then by tomorrow morning, look, most of it's over. If anything, it's just a leftover rain shower. Could be a few pockets of sleet and freezing rain up over the Adirondacks. By the afternoon, we may actually clear the sky out, turns breezy, and then as we get into Friday, winds are westerly, so nothing more than a spotty rain or wet snow shower, particularly up into northern Oneida County and east of Lake Ontario. So tomorrow, we should get windy and milder. First things first, any snow tonight will be confined well into the Adirondacks, and it's just a coating at that. Then eventually, we get to near 50, I think, for the afternoon with some breaks of sunshine developing. Any wintry mix changes to rain and then tapers, turning windy, milder by the afternoon, upper 40s and low 50s. And I think in the Adirondacks, quite a few clouds, spotty, leftover sleet or freezing rain, temperatures in the 40s to near 50. So we'll see this number go up tonight, and then any mix tapers early tomorrow, breaks of sun, windy, milder, high of 51, and then look down the road, the 14th through the 18th, it's going to warm up, we think. And did you know, by the way, Thanksgiving early this year, so it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. So there's your 7-day forecast. Any sleety, icy mix quickly goes to a rain shower and then tapers tomorrow. Spotty rain or snow shower Friday, and then not much doing. Going into next week, very quiet weather, cruise control, chilly, with maybe some milder weather by the time we get into mid and late next week.
That might be a nice change of pace after tonight and tomorrow. Huh?
Yeah, a little bit of a road bump tonight. Yeah. Be careful if you have to be out and about late tonight. Could be some slick spots.
Okay, Craig, thank you. Last night we watched Brennan Miller with Utica's new mayor-elect, but tonight we have him back in the studio with all things sports. Brennan, welcome back.
Yeah, back where I'm supposed to.
Your eyewitness weather forecast.
What's going on, Central New York? If you have to be out for any reason tonight, just be mindful. We've had some sleet, some freezing rain, so some of the side streets, secondary streets, untreated surfaces could have a light glaze, as we've had kind of a smorgasbord of weather roll on through. Downtown now 32 degrees, so we're kind of hovering right around that critical number, right? And we've kind of seen the precipitation go back and forth, excuse me. You know, some rain, some freezing rain, sleet, a little bit of wet snow mixed in. Still dealing with an east wind, but that wind will become a little bit more southeast as we go through the overnight, which will help to actually boost temperatures to above freezing. So I think by tomorrow morning, yeah, there's probably still going to be some leftover freezing rain, sleet, but for the most part, it'll be changing to rain. So watch out again for that wintry mix this evening and some slick spots. And like I said, that early wintry mix goes to a rain shower. And then I actually think it should taper, and we might actually see some breaks of sun. It's going to get windy tomorrow, and we may actually clear the sky out a little bit. So here's the deal tonight. Winter weather advisories continue. Again, a light glaze of ice, and there could be a coating of snow as you go way up into the heart of the Adirondacks. And that's where we see the snow right now, Lake Pleasant up into much of Hamilton County. That's this blue color that you see right here. So we'll go in a little closer. So, 29A to Stratford and Salisbury, kind of going back and forth with some wet snow, some sleet, a little bit of wet snow falling near Little Falls and some of the hills of the Mohawk Valley towards St. Johnsville. Down to the south, it's sleet and freezing rain, Richfield Springs. This pink area, that's the radar algorithm indicating freezing rain. So that's the bad stuff. That's the ice. And the reason this is all happening is because warmer air is coming in aloft. So it's coming in over your head. There's colder air at the surface. So that combination platter is the reason why we have this freezing rain and sleet. By the way, thunderstorms tonight out near Detroit. Watch that sleet, freezing rain change to a rain shower and then taper by tomorrow morning. Here you are, 8:15. Notice it's mostly just in the form of plain rain showers left over. And then through the afternoon, we'll get some breaks of in the clouds. It will turn windy and milder. And then Friday into Saturday, north, that's the best chance for a spotty rain or wet snow shower as we go into Friday and into Saturday morning. Any snow tonight, way up north in the Adirondacks, just a coating at that. Then tomorrow turning windy, milder, up near 50 for the afternoon as any sleet and freezing rain tapers. Some breaks of sun, I think low 50s Cooperstown to Edmiston, Oneonta 54. Quite a few clouds, some occasional breaks of sun across the North Country. Temperatures here in the low 40s to near 50 at Herkimer. So back here tonight, sleet and freezing rain, slowly taper, temperatures will rise. And then through the day tomorrow, any early wintry mix goes over to a regular old rain shower, turning windy milder by the afternoon, a high of 51. As we look down the road, this is the 14th through the 18th, and odds are for some warmth that could be building in as we get towards late next week. We'll show you that in the 7-day forecast here. So you can see once we get past tomorrow with that early light wintry mix, just a spotty rain or snow shower Friday into Saturday. Then after that, really not much. Just chilly, but pretty quiet. And by mid next week, a little milder with highs into the low 50s.
All right, Craig, thank you. We're back with more local news after that.